I'm here with Bobby Dean. He's a Golf Digest top 100 club fitter in the country. He's even helped Sergio Garcia find the bottom of the cup a little more often the past year and a half, right? The way Bobby fits for putters is different from what I've seen other putter fitters do. So I thought it'd be really cool to show everybody at home what it looks like to get a custom putter fitting done with the new studio style line of putters 2025 from Titleist. So this is my first time getting fit for a Scotty Cameron putter. I'm super excited and I'm glad to have you guide me along the way.
Basically what I'm doing is I'm setting up, I've got a laser and a ball here, we're about 6 feet away. I want to look at how people aim with different head shapes. So there's three things in putting. There's aim, path, and speed. If your aim is off, then your speed or your path have to compensate for make that putt. So two wrongs make one right in putting. So we can get them to aim their putter correctly, and then next thing is we're gonna work on speed, then their path will automatically help cure itself because they never knew they aimed 6 inches right from 6 feet. So we're gonna find the right putter for them, get them aimed correctly, then we're gonna look at speed control with the right weighting to get them control speed, then they can become an overall better putter. So what we're gonna do is let's go through different putters. Everybody visualizes differently, so different people's aims, visualization, different offset, line combinations, head shapes. So we're gonna see how you visualize. So what I wanna do is I want to just start with this putter. I just basically got a random putter, just one thing, something. I usually go with the person's original putter, what they come in with, kind of show them why they struggle with putting. What I want you to do is I want you to aim at that laser. It is a straight putt.
From this ball?
From that ball is a straight putt. Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to remove the ball to zero your aim.
Okay, I am ready.
So we can see he's aimed.
Are you kidding me?
5 inches right of the hole from 6 feet.
Are you, what?
So,
Okay.
So right here is square.
That's square?
But the putter looks super close to him.
Yeah, that's shut.
There is nothing wrong with him. It's just how we visualize that head shape. So we're gonna go through different putters and find something to aim correctly.
Okay. That, like, in less than 3 seconds, I now know why I'm not that great at putting. that's nuts. Okay. Or I could be a lot better. I could be a lot better. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go aim right at that line. Okay.
Okay, better, still a little right. So people who are right aimers, they're gonna stay right. So that's right aimers, they're right until they're square. It's not right, left, right. It's just, it's always, it tends to be more with their one side or the other. It's just, people think it's eye dominance, it's this. It's just how they visualize shapes. So if you're a right aimer, you're a right aimer until we get you square. Okay. If you're a left aimer, you're a left aimer. You could be right eye dominant or left eye dominant. It's just doesn't really matter, it's just how you visualize shapes. But when you drove this morning, you found this in the lane, right?
I hope I did.
Okay, so we know we can see something square. Yeah. So
maybe I was drifting to the right more. I have no idea. Wow, okay, gotcha. Could some of this also be from just like how I'm normally, or trying to set up to these putters, or how I'm normally like?
It's just how you visualize. It's just when you set it down, like that looks closed, that looks open. So putters look close to you, so then you open up to get you what you think is square.
Gotcha, okay. I'm good. Whoa.
Much better.
That's a big difference.
All right, let's step away, do it again. Okay.
And the blade type of look looks a lot more, a lot closer to like what I typically play to. So it feels more comfortable to me. Okay. Ooh, hey, that's really good. Interesting, okay. Because obviously every putter is built differently. Different amount of what, forward shaft?
It's shaft lean, it's offset, it's head shape, it's the thickness of the blade. It's everyone sees visually differently. Okay. Perfect. So a putter is one of those things that it's not gonna get you 20 more yards. It's not gonna get you, it's a piece of metal, piece of shape, and it's just basically get the ball in the hole as quickly as possible. Yeah. So find a good putter that aims you correctly and then controlling speed, it can last you a long time. I know they don't wanna hear that, but it's like, if you find one that you love, like Ben Crenshaw has the same putter forever.
Yeah.
Just because he's not going to change. I wouldn't touch him anyways. He's one of the best putters out there.
One of our coaches, Charlie, his nephew, tells me about that all the time. Like, he will not change his putters. He actually has one of his original like bullseye or like bladey putters that he still uses.
Why? I mean, he's won more majors than I have. Yeah. So I wouldn't change that either. So once we get you aimed correctly, then we look at speed control. That's one of the most important things putting is speed. Aim is great, but speed is everything. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up real quick on speed control.
This is blowing my mind because, you know, I got fit on a Quintic system, and I'm gonna nerd out a little bit, which is a high-speed camera, checks everything with data, like all these data points, put stickers on the toe, the putter, like Bobby knows all about this too. And I got fit with a special type of blade putter, double bend shaft, almost, you know, face balanced. And in my head, I thought I needed something very similar to that. I was actually looking at a couple of these before we even started putting them in my hand. I was like, I'm probably gonna fit well in this one. I had no idea. One of the first ones that I thought I was gonna fit into was the first putter that I used, and I was way off. Man, alignment's everything. I mean, I stress that to my students with full swings.
One of many. It's definitely not everything, but it's definitely something we've got to pay attention to. All right, so now we're gonna go through speed control.
How far we got here?
It's about 15 feet.
15 feet to that red tape?
Yeah, so what I want to do is I do a line because I worked for David Adele with Adele Golf. Learned a lot of my putter fitting through him. Was one of my mentors. Then before that, I was working for Chuck Cook.
Yeah,
So what I do is I don't want to concentrate on a hole, because if you concentrate on a hole, then you forget about the speed control. So what I want to do is I just want you to concentrate on speed, because that's the most important thing. So then after that, we can worry about line and everything else. But we got you to put the aim correctly. Now the most important thing is speed control. So I want you to try to hit some putts and stop it on the line for me.
Stop it on the line.
Stop it on the line.
Not past it, not short of it, on it. Okay. Okay, cool.
Don't mind me stepping in your line.
You're good. I'm not used to putting on such fast greens. This is great. Okay. Overcompensated. Okay.
So
that felt good.
But you look at a 30-foot putt and you think about how hard you want to hit it.
Yeah.
You don't think about this far back, this far through.
Right.
When you're playing cornhole, when you look at it, you're just tossing it, right? When you're throwing a baseball, you don't go, okay, this far I want to go.
Yeah.
You change your acceleration, how you want to do it. So that's how you look at putting, is you control your handle. So you have all this weight here and nothing up here. When you push this, it creates lag, so you're slowing your hands down, try to rebalance it up. Gotcha. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some weight in the handle to balance your handle up a little bit more, to give you more control, so you can be a little bit more aggressive and control speed without having to lose control of the head.
So, okay. So contrary to some popular belief, sometimes people want to feel a lot of weight in the head because they want to feel the putter swing or release, but that might not be the best fit for some people.
It depends on the player. So
yeah, because like you saw me there, I tried to swing the putter faster.
Tried to, but your hands were controlling your acceleration.
So now we added about how much?
I added 30 grams in your right hand, so I just want to see what happens to your acceleration and how your hands balance your putter. So I'm watching you more than I am watching the speed of the putt. I'm watching how you control acceleration. That
feels a lot more controlled.
Yeah.
That felt better. Okay, let me try to stop it right on that line now. Oh, I thought I had it. I honestly did. So now what do we change?
I added 20 grams counterweight.
Oh, okay.
So what that does is it creases more rise in your stroke and gives you a little bit. So see, people who are always leaving putt short, I'll go a little bit heavier above their hands versus below their hands. If I put weight below your hands, it makes putter feel heavier, but it balances it out. Putting more weight above your hands gives you more rise and actually makes the putter feel a little lighter and gives you more acceleration. Much better.
Whoa, okay. It does feel so much different too.
More balanced, right?
Yeah, it definitely feels more balanced. I think now that I've gone through this, I do enjoy more of the weight in the handle than in the head. If I can control the handle, I feel like I can control the speed. There you go.
Think about a hockey player. Hockey sticks have all this weight in the handle. The blade is very light, so you can change motion quicker and easier. Tennis rackets. Some rackets are very handle heavy. Some are very head heavy, racket heavy. So everybody chooses something different. Some players want a very heavy head. Some people want more of a heavy handle. Like I've got Sergio Garcia has 90 grams in his hands. He's got 3 30-gram weights in his hands. He came to me a year and a half ago, and we were working on an aim point, and I just grabbed his putter, and I put some weights in there. He hit a putter. He looked at me and was like, what'd you do? He's like, I told him, I was like, I've been wanting to put this in your hands for 20 years, because he's very accelerated with his hands. You look at his previous years, his hands, that's what he said. He's like, every time I miss a putt, my hands always outrace the putter.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So adding some weight up there, so makes him control. And I actually had a video of from the live source, and he's been putting the best he's ever putted in a year and a half. And that's how long we've been working together. But he's got 3 30-gram weights, counterweight, right in the middle of his hands, right below his hands. So he's got 90 grams in his hands to control accelerations of his speed.
Wow. Like before coming to you, I would never have thought of like where the weight essentially is throughout the grip, or where it can be throughout the shaft too, to help with.
Most players try to go to super stroke grip. They want to go to big grip to get their hands out of it. Well, exactly. I don't want your hands out of it. I want your hands controlling the motion. So adding some weight in your hands will actually slow your hands so they don't out racing it, but it gives you more balance and more control with your putter and with your hands.
I think that totally makes sense. I think a lot of golfers will sit here and watch this, and maybe they're ripping their super stroke grips off their putter right now. I hope they are. Or just add the right weight in the right place.
Adding weight is the super stroke. No, super stroke's great. It's our #1 selling putter grip. But super stroke is they'll have those special weights, and I actually use the same company that they license to super stroke.
Okay.
But it's not just a counterweight. It's also the weight below your hands. So weighting inside your hands and weighting above your hands gives you better acceleration.
Something I do like with this paddle grip that Scotty's added to is I could feel like my palms facing each other more. And I've always liked that. I've always been one to like get the elbows in, feel the weight of the head this way, and I have my thumbs right on top. So I feel like the club is like resting on a rail, which are my fingers. And I think what happened before you started adding the weight is that this head was just way too heavy. And I was just slinging it through to try to create speed. Personally, I've found out now by being with Bobby is that I like the weight more in the handle. I like controlling the handle more. Just something that I think I've always prescribed to, learning the game. If I can control the handle, I can control the speed better with my putting.
But your acceleration, you can feel like you can give it a go and you can accelerate through the putt, but you can now control speed because you're a better acceleration. So we all play at like faster or slower greens, but then you're decelling, you're slowing down. Well, now you're like, if I'm playing cornhole or I'm throwing a ball, if I know it's like, okay, I'm leaving everything short, I'm just gonna have a little bit more toss, like a little faster toss or a little shorter, a little softer toss. So that's how you can control speed because your hands dictate your acceleration for your putt. That's how you putt. That's not how everybody putts. It's not a one size fits all. You can't say everybody, that dictates to everybody out there. Right. But certain players need to have more handle weight where certain players need more head weight.
Well, I do like the dispersion with these 5 golf balls is a lot tighter for sure. More. This is cool. I like this. Like we're making micro adjustments as we go. Bobby's seeing the results and I'm giving him feedback. And this is really cool to kind of just go through this process and understand more because it helps me better understand my students and the problems that they go through too.
Correct.
Ooh.
That was easier, right?
Oh yeah.
So what happened, I just switched the weight. So I put 30 grams up top, 20 grams below, so you didn't have so the head felt a little lighter and it was easier and faster to get through, but you still had your handle control and your balance position.
This club head before we added the weight felt so heavy and it's not something I'm used to. I know I usually have a counterweight at the top end of my grip. You actually put that on the putter that I currently use. And that made me make a lot of putts. But I mean, not knowing how I was lining up with that putter, not knowing that alignment is a crucial factor in just putter fitting in general, rather than trying to change yourself, change the golfer to fit the putter. It's really nice to see that the putter can actually fit me right now in this process. Well, how do you feel about what you see now?
Your control is better, your acceleration is better. You actually the putter looks great now.
Yeah, I don't feel like, I felt a little yippy without.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're slowing your hands down. Like I was watching you for first few putts, is your handle was different speeds every single time. It was never consistent. So out racing, then you're trying to throw the handle. So you're trying to throw the head, make it faster.
You were trying to tell me that, but you were waiting for me to say that I was.
Yeah. I don't ever tell a player like, yeah, you were a yippy before. I call it hiccup. Yeah. I don't call it a yip. I don't like the word yip. I call it hiccup.
This is an interesting question. I know this is not, you're a fitter, we're talking about putters, but could this also kind of go into the other golf clubs, like for chipping? And like, I know some players that play on tour that like a heavier head. They'll add a lot more lead tape or something to get the weight down there versus some that want the counterbalance weight. Could that also?
People do counterweight in wedges, things like that too. Also, if you take the stress off of putting, if you're worried about making a 3 and 4, 5 footer, and now with a putter that you can aim and control speed, you're not gonna make every putt. just not gonna happen. But if you can make more 15-footers, put less pressure on those 6, 8-footers, they're gonna make more of those, that puts less stress on the short game as well. So you don't feel like you've got to put this to 3 feet to make it. Sure. Like, I just need to get it close, I'm gonna make it. Yeah. So, and if like, you're gonna help eliminate 3 putts. That's one of the most important things. If we can eliminate 3 putts, I call it a Rory tap in. You look at him on a Sunday, if he's putting well, he has a one-handed tap in all day because he's so close to the hole. Yeah. So if we can get your putting better, you relieve the short game area and also relieve your approach shots too.
And I think for most golfers who are looking for that extra, looking for the 300-yard drive, knowing that one drive is worth as much as that one putt that you miss, right? Or people that do come up and tap it in and miss it, right? We see that happen on tour too.
Golf's hard.
Getting fit for a putter, golf is hard, but we can make it a little easier by having a professional or expert look at what you do naturally and try to fit a putter to what you do. And I think that's a really big factor. It's tough for a lot of golfers to figure out what clubs they want or what they need.
I mean, you go to a putting corral in a store. Right. You're just trying to find something that fits you versus just, oh yeah, I'm making putts today. Right. I mean, they do trough a little bit over time. It's definitely not intentional for like PGA or something like that, because it's just that same person putting over and over that one putt. It does kind of trough a little bit, but it's just getting the putter that you are confident. Biggest thing is putting is confidence.
I think one of the biggest things too that I'm surprised at is, like, I always thought I needed a double bend, a more face balanced putter, and we didn't even talk about that today. We more or less, like, you had an idea probably just watching me putt what I could fit into, but I would never think I would go plumber's deck.
Aims you more left.
I would never think that.
Bottom line's aim you more left, and plumber's deck aims you more left.
Bottom line as well. Like, I was always a top line guy. I love the feel of the insert, by the way. The new insert, it does feel soft, but it doesn't come off so slow.
Right. It's very consistent. So one of the things about the new insert is it's very consistent. So you get a good feedback in your ears because sound is feel. So it feels great, sound is great, but it's also very consistent. Some inserts have an inconsistency where some players feel great with them, but sometimes players, they hit it 5 feet by, 5 feet short. So it's just hard to control when you can't feel something or hear something correctly, where this one has a really good sound, and it just comes off really clear.
I feel like it's almost, it's like it's a classic Scotty Cameron sound, and the feel is softer. So this is awesome. It's a huge improvement. The look is still there. It's a beautiful putter, and look, I almost got it on the line that last time, so that's pretty cool.
All we need to do is just add the weights in your shaft, and you're out the door.
Okay, great. How do you do that?
So we have special weights. Okay. So I buy in from Torlock Pro. It's so basically what I do is these brass foam weights. Okay. We put them down the shaft and we lock it in there. So the shaft actually gets locked, and the weights get locked in the shaft, and then we put a counterweight in there and lock it in and put the grip back on.
Okay, Jordan, I think this is the one I'm going with. This is it. We're gonna do it. Awesome. This is amazing.
Yes, awesome.
Is there anything else?
Now you take that aim and go make putts.
Take that aim.
Make everything.
Thanks, Bobby.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you helping me out. We'll come back, maybe do some aim point or something else. Yeah. I'd love to get some counterweights, actually, my wedges. That might help me out too.
It's actually great.
Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe that's another video. Drop a comment below if you've learned something today. What was your favorite tip there from Bobby? He has got a lot of knowledge. I'd love to come back and work with you again on some other parts of the game. I definitely yip a little bit with the wedges. I played a match against Rich Beam out here.
I remember that.
And I yipped like one shot, and I called it out, and a million other people saw that too. So I definitely need a little help on those tough, tight Texas lies. I feel like I have the right bounce. I have every 60-degree Vokey wedge that they make, trying to find the right bounce, especially after that video. But I'd love to be able to figure some. No. S400s.
We can look at shafts. Look at weights, look at shafts.
Well, that's it. Okay. Another video to come. Thanks again, Bobby.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll do this again. Cool.
So I just put a little mineral spirits in there. I can use a special tool. It has some mineral spirits and just slide this grip off. So just save the grip real easily. I'm gonna just burn off this mineral spirits real quick. Don't try this at home. Also, adding that little fire gets rid of everything on the grip and makes it slide off real easily. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these weights in. So I've got 20 grams below his hands. So I've got this weight right here, which is 20 grams. I'm going to slip it down the shaft. I've got it marked here in my hand. I'm gonna push this down, and I'm gonna just twist this in. And what these weights do, it has a plunger on here. So if I take this plunger and I lock it in place, what that plunger does is squeezes against the shaft, so it locks it in place. So it won't go up or down, it just stays in one place at a time. Rubber on metal makes it locked in. Put the counterweight in there, just one at the very top. Now we're locked in, we've got the counterweight and the weight. Now we're just gonna put the grip back on there. It's all about having the right tools. And I use this this tool here for putting grips on because it's pretty important to have a grip that's straight. So what I do is like I'm able to look at a line, have the putter flat against the face of this line there, and I can look down and make sure that all these other lines and make sure this grip is perfectly square all the way down, which is perfect.
And this is Francis's new putter.
Francis's new putter. We've got 30 gram weight right here. I'm sorry, 20 gram weight right here, 30 gram counterweight up here, and then got a Newport Scotty Cameron, 34 inches. All right, Francis.
Dude.
We got your putter. We've got 20 gram weight here, 30 gram weight here. Same inside the grip. Newport, 34 inch.
Dude, this is sick, man. I feel it. Like, you can feel the weight there. I love the grip. Before we were using plastic on it, right?
I use plastic
But
grips.
I love that like grippy texture that they have there. The paddle grip too.
Feel.
I'm so thankful for
My
you
pleasure.
doing this, especially like drop of a hat. We were just there like 5 minutes ago.
That's why we usually do with putters. We try to get them out the same day.
Yeah.
We have a lot of inventory, so we have all the weights here in stock. So we just basically build putter, let the customer walk out with this as soon as possible.
If you're in
Thank
the
you.
Austin, Texas area, San Antonio, anywhere, come on by. See Bobby Dean, his team at Barton Creek Fitting Studio. Book a fitting ahead of time. Try to get with him when you can. Very busy guy.